Mark, before the game, you said this was going to be a great opportunity for your guys to deal with a lot of distractions and a lot of difference and chaos. Certainly seemed like it lived up to that over the final few minutes of this game and throughout.
Yeah, it was a great game to be in for our team. I thought it was a classic game where every possession mattered. Obviously, right up till the end of the game, there was a lot of game pressure on both teams. Really throughout the game, it was a true 48-minute game, which is no place we'd rather be, and there's no team we'd rather be playing than a team that's as battle-tested as they are. You know, they were 2 points better tonight, but really happy with how we fought.
How do you think you guys handled just all, I mean, it was such great game flow for such a long time, and then all of the reviews and stoppages and everything, that becomes a totally different game in the final few minutes there.
Yeah, I thought our situational awareness was really good tonight. I thought managed the game well, managed the clock well for the most part, managed the situations down the stretch, just crunch time, the game grinds down, becomes about execution. I thought generally we were pretty good there.
Intersect of the Athletic. Mark, did you get clarity on that final interference, why it was deemed not basket interference?
Yeah, they said he touched the rim, but not to the extent that it impacted the play. To be honest with you, I don't really know how the rule's written, but that was the explanation I got, assuming that that's correct. I mean, that's Secaucus making that call. Kane Fitzgerald's there. He's like one of the best refs. The only better place for Kane Fitzgerald is like in the game, but I'm assuming that they got that right.
Mark, you talk about this as a team on the other side that's been through so much. You guys have been through some games, but nothing like what they have, obviously. And I wonder what you thought about just the way Chet and Kaysen in particular, guys who haven't been through this at all in the NBA, handled the night.
Yeah, I thought really good, obviously. You know, I thought Kaysen really calibrated. They're a tough cover because they're different from really everything we've been doing. It's just a different style. I thought he was a little bit... I thought he got better in the game, actually. First quarter, he was kind of figuring it out, and by the end, I thought he did a really nice job on Thompson and Curry at the time, so we put him on him. And Chet, obviously, I mean, those guys are just hoopers, you know, clearly.
What are your overall thoughts on just, like, this being your first in-season tournament game, like the new floor and just the whole production of it?
Yeah, I mentioned before the game, I think, you know, anytime you can, you know, alter the developmental environment for the players and put them in different situations that they have to adapt to, that's good for their growth. And so, you know, different floor, the uniforms, the, you know, commercials with the, you know, the casino commercial, you know, it just changes the development environment for them. You know, it just gives them something else that they have to kind of cut through, because every game comes down to the same things inevitably, but the surrounding context of every game is different.
Yeah. Could you feel this game coming this week, or like did it just hit you today?
No, I mean, not any different than a different game, or than any game.
Jerry Ramsey, franchise. Could you talk about Lou Dort's game? I mean, just kind of taking the offense on his shoulders for a little bit, just incredible outside shooting, and just being a leader on this team and being around.
And guarding a generational player for, you know, 30 minutes. So, yeah, he's a gamer, man. You know, we've seen time and time again. He just has a knack for rising to the level of the game. Always. He's always there when the game, you know, rises to a certain level. Tonight was no different.
Hey, go ahead. Derek in the front, please.
What did you think of Jay Will in his first game back? Seemed like he was able to really connect the offense at times.
Yeah, does a nice job, obviously, there. And I thought, like I mentioned with Kaysen, I thought he got better as the game went on. Like, he seemed just like out of rhythm. It wasn't that he wasn't physical. I just like he balled a couple rebounds, and it's just like, you know, stuff where you haven't played in 3 weeks. And then by, you know, the second half, he was back to his old self. He really helped us. Then he spotted us really, really good minutes there. He executes really well on the defensive end of the floor, especially against this team. So it was great to have him back.
Giddey really struggled for a majority of the game. Then the fourth quarter, he kind of barreled his way to the rim a bunch to kind of get himself going. What are your thoughts on just his mentality of being able to keep coming like that?
Yeah, he always stays fearless. You know, that's one of the things I respect about him competitively is, you know, he doesn't shrink, you know, regardless of the circumstances. He'll fail like any player, but he fails aggressively, and it keeps him alive, you know, and in a game like tonight where he's obviously struggling, and then he got into a really good groove. I thought he was really physical on those drives. He got people off his body, you know, and that made those shots higher quality, I thought, but, you know, he stays in it competitively.
you guys shoot 60% from the field, 50-something% from three. They shoot 53% from the field, 45% from three. In a game where it doesn't seem like there was that many misses, did it seem like every possession mattered a little bit more down the stretch?
I mean, any game that's that competitive and that close, every possession matters, especially in a 2-point game. So that was definitely the case. I thought our execution was pretty good. I thought, that Sarge made 4 threes in the first half. Credit him. Peyton made a 3. Draymond Green made 2 threes in the first half. With all due respect to those guys, you'd rather them shooting it than Curry and Thompson. So some of that game plan execution on our part, and credit them. I mean, they made some plays.
Do you feel like, it's crazy to ask, but do you feel like you guys could have done more, or was it just they just were hitting shots?
We can always do more. We can always do more. There's always more to do. There's always lessons we can learn from it. I think, it's obviously a fun game to be a part of. It was a really competitive game. We do have to remember we're 6 games into the season. We have 76 games left. And the teams that improve with these experiences, are the ones that play their best basketball later in the year and the ones that grow over time. And that's the team we want to be. So I think it's important that, this one stings. Obviously, you want to win, but we got to put it in its proper place and come back on Sunday and improve again, learn from it, keep it moving.
Mark, the defensive rebounds bit you a little bit again, and some of it seemed like in your hands and just couldn't hold on. What did you see on those plays?
Well, you guys keep asking about it, and now it's clearly in our head, so we can't even grab the ball now. So if you guys would back off, that'd be great. Good effort, great effort tonight. And it's bounced the ball sometimes. But I thought, our effort was there, our engagement was there. Against them with the 3-point shooting, you have to have 5 guys in the rebounding area. It's not just in the paint. You've got to have a nose for it. We had some good long rebounds. We had good plays. We competed for the ball. There was a free throw block out that was huge where Dort ended up coming up with the ball. I thought our intent was really, really good there tonight. You're not going to be perfect in any facet, but we were doing the job there. That was much, much better than the New Orleans game.
Mark, you mentioned Lou guarding a generational player, but what about Kaysen as a rookie guarding 2 of the greatest shooters of all time? How do you think he did?
Obviously, same thing I said. It took him a minute to calibrate early. Thompson's first 3, he contested it like it was a normal player. He's not a normal shooter. But over the course of the game, he figured it out. And that's how he's been from the first day he's been in training camp. He's just figuring it out. He's got great capacity. He's a great competitor. He executes. That's the best thing about him. That guy executes and competes. So it makes it very easy to play him through learning experiences or mistakes because he's engaged in it and he's going to get better from it.
Anybody else? Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.